So recently I watched a video from this creator, Todd Maffin, and really enjoyed it. It was him giving advice to Americans who wanted to move to Canada. I really liked his personality and way of presenting, very funny guy. I'll leave a link to this video in the description. Go subscribe to his channel. I wanted to watch this. This is 6 things you didn't know Canada invented. I've watched a lot of videos about Canadian inventions before, so maybe I'll know some of these, but I just wanted to watch more from him and see him discuss it as well. So you can tell me what you think about these. What's the Canadian invention you're most proud of?
Imagine being the brainiac in school who builds a rocket, but everyone just remembers you for lighting your fart on fire. That's Canada in the innovation world. Sure, you know the mainstays of Canadian invention: basketball, insulin, the California roll. But how many of these do you know? How many of these do you know? In 1955, George Retzlaff, a producer for Hockey Night in Canada, came up with a way to rebroadcast a play within seconds using kinescope film. And like every great Canadian contribution, instant replay was initially treated like a neat little party trick before being monetized by everyone else on the planet. Then there's Joseph Coyle.
Yeah, again, the instant replay, again, I think maybe I've seen that mentioned on the video. I can't really quite remember, but it's, again, one of these things. There's so many, if you look around, everything's invented, obviously, created, designed, whatever, but when you're watching sport, you don't really think, oh, that little moment, the instant replay was actually created by one person. Something that's so important to sport, man. Like, imagine not being able to just see like that action again quickly, and how we see it today from all these different angles and stuff. That idea's from a Canadian. Fantastic stuff.
A newspaper editor in Smithers, BC, who was in his office one day when he overheard a hotel owner and a farmer arguing. The hotelier was mad that half of each week's eggs delivery came in broken, so Coyle went outside, he looked at the smashed eggs in the cart, and thought to himself, maybe separate compartments? And he invented the egg carton in 1911. The paint roll.
And again, like something like that is like, not what it is, yeah, one of those things that, yeah, you don't really think about, or who created this, but it's like one of those things that, like, when we didn't have that, it makes so much sense to have it. Like, before it must have been so difficult to, like, yeah, like, carry the eggs and things, something so fragile, but just this, having that idea to, like, something so simple, why don't we just separate them and, like, make it not as easy for them to break. Seems simple, but until that point, obviously, no one had thought of that.
Roller, a device which made painting walls suck slightly less, because before the roller, painting your wall was like mowing your lawn with scissors. It was invented by Norman Brakeley in 1940, who didn't patent it, didn't scale it up, and ended up watching others get rich from his design. The Jolly Jumper.
And because its portable clamp fastens securely to any doorway, your baby can be happy nearby, wherever you're busy.
That bouncing baby contraption that has soothed generations of cranky infants and preserved the sanity of sleep-deprived parents. Invented in 1910 by an Ojibwe woman, Susan Olivia Poole, inspired by the indigenous practice she grew up with of suspending babies in cradle boards from tree branches. She tied a cloth diaper to a broom handle with a spring, and boom, millions of babies now bounce their way into stronger legs and
I don't think I've ever seen
lifelong addiction to adrenaline.
They still get used.
But she only patented it in the 1950s, because even bouncing a baby was considered too radical for the business world when it came from a woman, never mind an indigenous one. Herbert McCool, an electrician from Regina who invented Easy Off in 1932, mixing the chemicals in his basement and slapping a label designed by his 5-year-old daughter on it. And like many inventors of his time, he made and sold it from his basement. After his death, his wife Doris continued the business and eventually sold the rights to U.S. companies. The Wonderbra, invented by Louise Poyer in 1964, she turned 54 individual engineering elements into a garment that could lift and separate and start international conversations. It changed lingerie, advertising, arguably even posture. But we know more about the models who wore it than the genius who created it. So, next time someone tells you Canada's boring, remember, we invented the Wonderbra and instant replay. You're welcome, sports bars. Innovation, Canadian style. Doesn't start in the boardrooms. It starts when something's broken, it's minus 30, and we mutter, fuck it, I'll fix it myself. Canada's like the duct tape of countries. Underappreciated, indispensable, and holding civilization together one brilliant idea at a time.
I love that channel, man. He's so funny. Yeah, I mean, like what he's saying there about like the necessity, how it creates these things or allows people to create things. I guess that's the same, maybe different temperatures in other countries, but different situations that lead people to be creative. But yeah, even Wonderbra, I never knew that was like a Canadian invention. But also, yeah, I guess that was also known for like its advertising campaigns were very innovative in itself. But yeah, cool. Learned about some ones I never knew there. Also learned more about the ones I did know. So tell me what you think about those. Again, tell me more about Canadian inventions, but go subscribe to his channel. Very, very funny. Thanks.